Reno Terakatani.
Tēnā koe, Mr. Speaker.
Tēnā koe.
Koutou e ngā rangatira hurirana I tō tātou whare. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Mr. Speaker, this budget is a mockery. Sir, it's a mockery of decency and common sense. It lacks aroha. It lacks wairua. And it has no mana, sir. No mana at all. It's a budget that has no love for the citizenry of Aotearoa. It lacks compassion. And I'll give you an example, sir. The one commendable part of the budget, the free GP visits for our tamariki from 7 to 13. Great on the face of it, sir, but to the whānau around the motu, if their kids are sick right now, will they be able to take advantage of that? No, sir. Will they be able to take advantage of that next month? No. Will they be able to take advantage of that in June, a year from now? No. They're going to have to wait till July 2015 before they can take their sick tamariki to the doctors. That's right, and they put it in this budget. Sir, this is a budget, as we've said. We've heard about them shuffling the figures, shifted around things, relabelling money. We've heard from Te Ururoa talking about this great big pūtea that's coming to Māori. Sir, look, I do feel aroha for Te Ururoa, sir, because he was very selective in the history, very selective in this 10-year history of the Māori Party, sir, because he failed to capture two very important events. The first was the walkout from our whanaunga hone and the creation of the Mana Party. That was a very, very significant event in the history of that party. But also, sir, he failed to mention the mountain of a man from the south that actually took out the seat of Te Tai Tonga, sir. E hara te maunga aoraki I te maunga neki, sir. This mountain's not going to be moved, but he was very selective, very selective in that history. But, sir, getting back to this budget, it is... We have the kōrero, the famous proverb of our people that he te mea nui o te ao, he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. It is about people, but if you look at the impact of this government and their policies over the past 6 years, sir, the situation for all our people is getting worse, and in particular Māori. And if we look at, and I want to focus on inequality, sir, because the inequality in this country at this time is getting worse. And if we just roll by all of the main indicators, all the social economic indicators, our people, they want a good job. They want a secure job. They want to be able to, work a decent day's mahi, to be able to support their whānau, look after their kids, get them educated. That's not much that our people want. But what do we see, sir? Māori unemployment under this government has grown from 8.6% in 2008 to 13.2% today, sir. That is an enormous increase. We've been into double figures, sir, for the past 5 years. Is that the great achievements that the Māori Party are so excited about, that they're celebrating about, that they want to let the whole world know that they've got so much pūtea? 13.2% unemployment. That is an indictment. And what does that mean, sir? That means that Māori whānau, many of them out there, still got no jobs, still struggling to make ends meet. And what is even worse, sir, is that the Māori youth unemployment rate is far too high, 21.9. You can say 22% of our rangatahi are not in employment, education or training. All happened under this government, sir. We remember back to 2008, 2009, the Job Summit and the urgency that was applied to the Māori Job Summit. And I was at that summit, sir. And the pressing urgency there was in terms of how can we save Māori jobs. Well, the proof is there, sir. Double-digit unemployment for the past 6 years. That is the record of this government. I'd like to move on to home ownership, sir. That is a big moia for many whānau. They want to be able to work hard and be able to get that whare, get their house where they can run around and have their parties and grow up with their kids. That is a distant dream for many Māori whānau, sir. If we look at the Māori home ownership rates, 28.2% of Māori own or have an interest in their own home. If we flip that over, sir, that means 72% of all Māori around the motu do not own their own home. They either rent, they're either staying with their own whānau to try and get by, but 72% of our people are not have the ability or the means to be able to get into their own home. And we know the policies that have been applied in terms of LVRs and other things, which is making that aspiration even harder to get to. And so home ownership is a complete disaster, sir. I want to move on to incomes as well, because New Zealanders aren't earning enough, and particularly Māori. And people around the motu will know that just under half of all Kiwis, sir, had no wage increase over the past year. No wage increase. They're actually going backwards, sir, because by the time you actually factor in inflation and then the rise in the various necessities, they're actually worse off. And so, sir, that is, again, an indictment. We have too many young people in low-paid positions and insecure work, too many young people that are graduating and with no decent jobs to go on to, because we hear about this great economic rock-star economy that we have, sir. And sure, I'm very proud that when I go around the South Island, there are lots of great things happening if you go into districts like Ashburton and Gore and Matoda. But, sir, I was in my electorate office in Invercargill the other day, and there was the ambassador for the Philippines there. And the ambassador for the Philippines had travelled all the way down to Invercargill to process all of the visa documentation for the Filipino community. It was great to see so many whānau there, and I'm sure they're making a wonderful contribution to those regions, as they are in other districts around the South Island, sir. But, sir, it got me to think, why is it that we're having to bring in so much whānau to do jobs when there is so much unemployment here in our own country? And the reason why, sir, is because they can get away with it. They can get away with paying peanut rates for immigrant workers. They can get away with just changing any conditions, their terms and conditions at will. They can get away with those things because this government has allowed that to happen, because they're looking after their base, which is the farmers, which is the rural sector. We know it always has been that way. But sir, there will be a change, sir, and that's why we need a change in government. Sir, because I know that Labour has the solutions. We do have the solutions, and I don't like being overly negative, but I do need to correct some things when they are raised in this House, sir. But Labour does have a range of solutions. We have our economic upgrade package. I would line up David Parker and David Cunliffe any day against any of the front bench of the National Party. We have got the best policy, well thought through, very responsible and very prudent economic managers. And we will implement that, sir, when we get into government. And, sir, I just wanted to conclude by mentioning a speech that the Honourable Peter Sharples gave last night, sir, when he was speaking on the budget. And Mr Sharples referred to some obscure article that was written which gave the analogy that the Māori Party was a roadrunner in stealth mode, that they were somehow quick and nimble and able to do great things. Well, sir, and there was the analogy to the cartoon, but sir, there is only one animal in stealth mode on the Roadrunner cartoon, sir. And we all know who that is. That's Wile E. Coyote. And, sir, we all know what happens to him. He gets run over by a 10-ton Tory national boulder. That's what happens to Wile E. Coyote. And on every show, sir, he gets run over, mowed down by the national freight train. And that is what's happened to the Māori Party, and that is what this government has done. This is an atrocious budget, sir, and I'm looking forward to September 20th, when there will be hope and renewal and a change of government, and we'll be in power. Kia ora no tātou.
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr Speaker, might I say just how honoured I am that you are in the chair